I gotta do nails in the shelves, gotta put up the shelves cause I'm a dad. Out comes Triple H. Hello there, I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com and welcome to How WWE Should Book, where I take an angle from now and book it to the future and challenge WWE to do it better because I'm a smartass. Kapow! Right, we did all of the kind of information in the previous video. Check that out if you haven't seen it. And now the actual booking, la la la, WWE do it better, bang! So, July 19th, SmackDown. We open with the McMahons in the ring because, of course, we do. Vince McMahon, Shane, and Steph. Vince is talking about how it's an historic day for SmackDown, going live, brand split. That's never happened before. Blah, 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 blah. That's a pretty solid Vince McMahon impression. Vince says he's consulted with all of his advisors. He's seen all of the ex-GMs come out of the woodwork in hilarious skits. And he's made his decision about the two GMs. He's going to keep them both in the family, of course. And the person taking SmackDown is, drumroll, Stephanie McMahon. So there's Steph on SmackDown, and we assume Shane on Raw. And there'll be a contract signing at the end to make it all nice and official. So they go through the admin of, which championships are going with which brand. Women's division staying over here, cruiserweight division, maybe unveil a new belt. That would be nice. And then Vince makes one more announcement. He says, now there's one guy who can't be here today because he knows what he did. Roman Reigns. He's missed the brand split because of his indiscretion, so I'm making an executive decision for him. Roman Reigns, I'm choosing to go on Raw. And the fans are like, what? Why are you doing this? Boo! Boo, I say! Boo! Gentlemen boos! Well, there's a method. Stick with me. So after that, we have a big opening matchup where Shane picks a champion and Steph picks a champion. They fight. Whoever wins that match gets first pick. And it's nice, good high-stakes match to open a brand new SmackDown. Shane's representative wins, and he takes, because it's the most important thing in the company, if not attached to the most important champion, but he chooses Dean Ambrose, the WWE champion, is staying on Raw. Immediately, Steph turns around and says, John Cena, because he's literally made of children's money. So after that, you see segments of the McMahons fighting constantly backstage. They're going tooth and nail. This is not a lottery. This isn't just like, oh, we'll take whoever we feel like. They are fighting for each and every superstar. They've got to make each and every superstar feel like a major acquisition. Shane has to fight to get Seth Rollins. Steph makes it feel like a huge deal when she managed to pluck AJ. I said pluck, right? Shane explains that the entire philosophy behind his booking is the future is now, which is the motto of NXT. Out comes Finn Balor. Shane has picked him. Steph says, anything you can do, I can do better. Out comes Kurt Angle. So we get to the end of the show and most of the rosters have taken shape. You haven't dealt with everyone because, that meeting to decide who gets the golden truth and who gets the shining stars, it's just too hot for TV. So at the end of the episode, there's a contract signing. Steph, as SmackDown manager, and it is on SmackDown, she goes first and signs her name to make her SmackDown general manager. Then up steps Shane to sign on Raw, and Steph stops him, saying, what do you think you're doing? And Shane says, I'm signing my name, what does it look like? And Steph says, see, that's the thing about that, Shane, because I've really loved our partnership for the last few weeks. It's just that when Daddy said keep it in the family, he meant his real family. Out comes Triple H. He's back. I'm the gamer hammer. I gotta do nails in the shelves, gotta put up the shelves because I'm a dad. Out comes Triple H. He puts Shane through the contract signing table. He picks up the Raw contract and he signs it. Booze, booze, glorious booze. So, Battleground. AJ and the club have been split up by the brand split, so it's their last night together and they're going up against John Cena and Enzo and Cass. John Cena and Enzo and Cass beat the club and they go their separate ways, not on the best terms, which also means rubber match between AJ and John at SummerSlam. Also, it means that Finn Balor can start getting a little bit cozy with the club on Raw. That whole Japan, Finn Balor's club first, then AJ's club, that can start to take effect, setting up Finn Balor versus AJ Styles, maybe for WrestleMania. Main event time, it's the Shield triple threat. Hey, it's Roman Reigns, he's back and popular as ever. So it looks like either Dean is about to retain, or probably more likely and probably better, Seth is about to reclaim the championship when Time to Play the Game comes out. Yep, Triple H comes down, him and Rollins standing face to face, the teacher, the student, mentor, manatee, and then he kicks Seth Rollins in the stomach and he gives him a pedigree. He shakes Roman Reigns' hand, allows him to pin. Roman Reigns, straight back from suspension, becomes the champion. And he turns heel. Because for God's sake, just come out with it. Yes, have Vince McMahon on SmackDown say, I'm choosing to keep Roman Reigns on Raw. Have Triple H be like, I love Roman Reigns, let's make him the champion. Just come out with the fact that you're the ones protecting him, and then you literally couldn't have booked it any better. He becomes the protected heel that no one can stand but keeps maintaining his spot. You can't book it better because it's the truth. Just own it, and we'll go with you. What's wrong with you? So Roman is champ and everyone hates it. Triple H is leading Raw and everyone hates it. On the first episode of Raw after Battleground, out comes Shane to interrupt their glory party. He's got the entire locker room with him. Shane says, I assembled this goddamn roster. They will walk out with me, leave you two holding your dicks if you don't accept my challenge. A match at SummerSlam, a legitimate one for who runs Raw. But, says Shane, I'm worn down. I can't do it myself. WrestleMania was my last gasp and I came up short. I put my body on the line too many times. The doctor says I can't compete. So I've got a substitute, Seth Rollins. So the match is made. Seth Rollins versus Triple H. If Seth wins, Triple H is banished to SmackDown. If Triple H wins, Shane is banished from the company. And Shane says, you'll get everything you ever wanted. You can be Vince's only son. So, SummerSlam, let's build that whole card. So, big announcement, there's gonna be a tournament culminating at SummerSlam to crown the World Heavyweight Champion on SmackDown, because goddamn I likes me some tournaments. The finals of that at SummerSlam is going to be John Cena versus AJ Styles. The rubber match, this time for the World Heavyweight Championship. And I would have AJ win here. Now I know, he's not. But I would have him win because it starts that process. It starts that storyline of John Cena starting to get a little bit too hungry to tie and break Ric Flair's record. That is a fertile storyline. Start it here, let it run for months. Then we'd have the SmackDown exclusive US title, and look, this is just self-indulgence, but I want to see Rusev versus Kurt Angle. I want that. I want that so much. So much. So much. And also, again, self-indulgence, I would have Kurt Angle go over on Ruru. Look, I know, okay, Kurt Angle is not going to hold the belt for long. He'll lose it in the rematch. But that moment when he just reverses the accolade into the ankle lock, just, he slips out, bang, come on. Come on now. The Raw exclusive IC title, I would have Cesaro win that because I feel like he deserves it. There's more than, I just feel like in terms of putting on amazing matches month after month to make the belt really legitimate, that's sort of Cesaro's entire shtick. He's innovative. That's what he does. I've said this loads of times before, but please put the belt on Cesaro. The women's title match, I would have the Horsewoman 4-way. Maybe it's better off saving that to WrestleMania. Maybe it's more appropriate that it's Sasha Banks' coronation one-on-one versus Charlotte. Maybe that makes the belt feel more legitimate, but I really want to see the Four Horsemen 4-way. Single or 4-way, it makes so much more sense to put the belt on her. It's felt like her journey for the past 6 months. You have Finn Balor versus Dean Ambrose. The club can ally with Finn here, really start that process of them being friendly. Then the tag bout, I would have teams from Raw and SmackDown because remember the belt can float. I kind of want to keep it on the New Day. I really like the fact they're holding it for as long as they have. A long title reign really does up the legitimacy of it. The Wyatts could also take it. or the club, but honestly, I love the New Day. Then, of course, you have Seth versus Triple H, the stipulations as per. Seth wins, pins Triple H, not with the pedigree, with the Phoenix Splash. He becomes a babyface, or maybe a tweener if you don't want him to become full babyface. And Triple H is off, banished to SmackDown to become Stephanie McMahon's trophy husband. SummerSlam as well, maybe we have an exhibition match with Goldberg, if Goldberg is in the company. The more I talk about Goldberg, the more I don't really care if he comes back. I know he's been in the video game, that's all, and so he probably is on his way back because they're contacting loads of ex-guys, and so I included him because of that, but I honestly don't really care about Goldberg. Maybe I'm the only one. If Goldberg is on the roster, a big showcase match for him at SummerSlam, I guess. Maybe against, okay, no. So we have the main event. Shane is in charge, and we've got to find out what's going to happen to Raw's big championship. It's heel Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. And finally, the heel babyface roles are the right way around. During this match, you've had the Usos turn heel, become an evil family. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I would have heel Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar to retain. Oh, my Mo, everything I love is dying. But it's good. It's good. That hate is good. Feel it, use it. Because then you've got the biggest heel in wrestling. God damn it. And that's what we're doing here. We're making the biggest of things. So on Raw, we have it headed up by Shane, and we have the IC title on Cesaro, the women's title on Sasha Banks, and we have the heel Roman Reigns WWE champion. On SmackDown, that's headed up by Steph and her trophy husband. We've got the US title on Kurt Angle. We've got the Cruiserweight title. That isn't resolved at SummerSlam, but basically that's announced as the ultimate prize of the Cruiserweight Classic. It is going to be the Cruiserweight Championship. They just reveal that that's what you're fighting for. Oh my goodness, says everyone. Cruiserweight Championship. And then headed up by the World Heavyweight Champion, AJ Styles. Right, that is how I would book the brand split. Everything's in place. How Raw and SmackDown proceed separately from there, that's a whole other story. I'm tired. So that's my booking. Do you disagree? If so, tell me about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter here. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon.